in certain, or like contort myself, I realize like I do a lot of emotional monitoring and like based on our attachment style. So he's more avoidant, dismissive, and I'm more fearful, attached, right? And so I'm seeing like as we're doing this work, I'm seeing like, wow, all the roles that I've played. And I agree with you. I think it is so powerful that you're putting this medicine out into the world and that we ask these different questions and where do we go from here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the big things is that, I mean, that was our dynamic attachment style wise as well. And all of this modulation and this management that we do from the anxious side is based in this like deep fear of loss, this deep fear of this connection disappearing in the way that it is.
Mm.
And one of the things is like being able to actually see the man in front of you, in front of us, through like the truth of who he is, not who we see his potential to be. And this is where that like potential thing really comes. Can I swear on here? Do we have to?
Yes, for sure. Go for it. Yes.
I definitely have a potty mouth.
Me too.
Like fuck us up because
yes.
Like potential is just fantasy. Honestly, it may be a possibility. And we have really, women have beautiful sight. And I really believe that we can see an entire trajectory for someone and we can feel the truth of who they are in the depths of who they are. But most of the time we will see that and then create something from it and not be able to meet the man in front of us, which means we're not actually loving the man in front of us. We're loving our idea of him.
Wow. That is so profound. Like this, I know that one of my patterns is to like the fantasy world of like what it could be and how it could look. And I could put so much energy into that. And then I have to pull away to be like, okay. And I love how you put it. Like, we're not here in this moment, facing this moment. I'm off in some other world. And I know that I'm not alone in this. And I just love how eloquently you've put it to just help us like, just to chew on that a little bit, and see like, what's our responsibility in here? And like, as I said, like what comes next, I guess, is like to really just take ownership of the role you play. And we're doing our own inner work. Like this has been my thing. It's like, I can't do your work. I'm doing my work. But then I realize, oh, but I'm also like my self-righteousness, like weaponizing you.
I'm doing my work. So, yeah. Well, and this is the thing, right? Like if the work is not deeply humbling, you're not actually doing the work. And this is another post I shared that I think before you found this one, which was that, what was it? It was a zinger, but it was really about like, there are many women who like, we think like, oh, there are more women doing the work. And what I actually think is there are more women who are finding egoic validation for their mental acuity and skills and interpersonal skills and using that to feel good about themselves, but they're not actually doing the work. Because if you don't feel like you're fucking dying half the time, you're not doing the work.
Yes.
And I think that's a trap. That's a trap I found myself in, where there's like, we're bringing awareness. Like, it's not like we're not doing it at all.
Yeah.
There's a way in which our ego stops us from seeing the full reflection of our participation and the deepest truth that is there.
Yeah.
You don't want to. And then there's that sense of entitlement. And so I think there's this piece where when we really start looking at ourselves and looking at our shadow and really seeing how we participated in every pattern we're finding ourselves in every dynamic.
Yes.
That's when that humility comes, it also is like the windshield wipers to be able to see the truth of who's in front of you, and that entitlement drops there.